Okay, I'm going through some of these shows that are geared towards her innocence, and you'll know that they're geared towards her innocence or cast doubt if Darlie Key showed up in it. The ones that aren't geared toward her innocence, Darlie Key's not in them. And I'm telling you, I know that Darlie Key will not allow an interview with Darlie or participate in any show where they're not either casting doubt or proclaiming innocence. I know this for a fact. And I'm going to prove it very, very soon. But here's a lie that I found in that show. And I has to go back to, I did this once before years ago, but I'm gonna reiterate it now.
I remember one time that we had taken them to the Rowlett needy children's home.
Now, she says the Rowlett Needy Children's Home, 1996. All right. She says we had taken them to the Rowlett Needy Children's Home. All right. Let's listen.
And we had taken them through and explained to them how other little children didn't have, you know.
She had taken them through to this needy children's home. She had taken them through a tour of this Rowlett Needy Children's Home.
Toys or food or a safe, warm home. And when we came back to the house, they had started putting all their toys and stuff in a bag. And I was like, what are you guys doing? And they wanted to take those toys for the other little children. They were just, Devin was always full of laughter, always making everybody laugh, always wanting to be silly. Damon was more full of laughter to take those toys. And I was like, what are you guys doing? And
She said they were packing up their toys. They wanted to take them to them kids because they took them through the Rowlett Needy Children's Home. Right? First of all, if there's a home for children in Rowlett, a home, they're not going to be able to tour it and look at those kids that are at this Rowlett Needy Children's Home. There's wordplay on this. If there were children inside of that home, they would be under certain protections where the public can't just come in and look at them, just like a juvenile hall. Right? And then there's something else here. Listen.
they wanted to take those toys for the other little children.
And she stops there. She said the boys are packing up their little toys and they wanted to take those toys to those little children. She doesn't tell you about any trip back. She doesn't say, yeah, and we took them back and we took them over and we let them do what they wanted to give those toys to those kids. Because they didn't. She also doesn't explain how they told them, no, you're keeping your toys. She just moves on to something else. The Rowlett Needy Children's Home. I want to go back.
Them to the Rowlett needy children's home. And we had taken them through and explained to them how other little children didn't have,
The Rowlett Needy Children's Home. Now, I actually called down there years ago searching for a Rowlett Needy Children's Home. She had taken them through, she said, to take a look. So she shows up at this needy children's home with nothing. They didn't have anything to bring to them. She just wanted her kids to see, look how good you got it compared to these little brats in here. She doesn't say we showed up there with a bunch of stuff, and she doesn't say anything about going back. As a matter of fact, when the house was finally emptied, a lot of things of those toys and pictures and stuffed animals were left behind. This is the home that Darlie claims she took her boys to go through. Look at the other kids. They came there empty-handed. And she said the boys went back home, wanted to pack up all their things. She said they wanted to. But she doesn't say anything about going back. Now, here's the lie. Rowlett has never had a home for children to live in. Why would they show up there empty handed? Why did they not go back?
Telephone number 972-463-3245. Can't take your call now.
Using wordplay here by adding in the word home. There's never been a home there. And why would you take your kids empty-handed? I can't express this enough. Empty-handed to a home for other kids. Why would you do that? Is that great parenting or what? She wanted to show them that other kids didn't have it as good. They didn't have a warm, safe home. I'd like to hear the story about how she let them gather up all their older toys and let them bring them back over there for those kids at that home. But she's playing word salad here, and it backfired on her. Just like when in The Wrong Man, when they're drilling her about the lie detector test that she took, and she scrunches her eyebrow. They asked her what was the result of that. She put her eyebrows together and kind of looked real stupid. And she goes, inconclusive is a word I think they used. Like think, in that sentence, I think they used. And home, in the whole Rowlett Needy Children's Home. This is how she plays, her wordplay is. She wants you to believe that they were so good that they wanted to take their kids to donate to other kids in this home. But she doesn't allow the boys to do it. It's all wordplay. You got to listen to her real close.